Once upon a time, in a small neighborhood called Villa Fiorito on the outskirts of Buenos Aires, Argentina, a boy was born with stars in his eyes and a football at his feet. His name was Diego Armando Maradona. The year was 1960. His family was humble, his father worked on boats, and his mother raised 8 children in a small home with a tin roof and love in every corner. From the very beginning, little Diego had a gift. When he touched a football, it was as if the world paused to watch. Even the winds seemed to whisper around him, carrying his dreams far and wide. As a child, Diego slept with a soccer ball in his bed. He dribbled in narrow alleys, danced past stones, and dreamed of wearing the light blue and white jersey of Argentina. When he was only 8, a local coach spotted him performing magic on the dusty fields and said, "This boy is not normal. He is a miracle." Diego joined the youth team of Argentinos Juniors, where he enchanted spectators with his dazzling feat. By the time he was 15, he had made his professional debut. Just imagine a teenager stepping onto the pitch, surrounded by towering players, yet shining like a lighthouse through fog. The fans sang his name. "Diego, Diego," they called, and he smiled shyly, his curls bouncing as he weaved through defenders like a thread through a needle. He wasn't just playing football. He was painting dreams with every touch. As you rest your head and close your eyes, picture Diego in the golden glow of the Argentinian sun, the ball glued to his foot, as if the earth had bent to keep it close to him. He moved like a poet, full of rhythm and beauty. By 1982, Diego had made it to Barcelona. The world was beginning to notice the boy from Villa Fiorito. He faced challenges, injuries, pressure, and expectations, yet he kept playing, always searching for that perfect moment when time would stop, and the ball would sing. Then came Napoli. Ah, Napoli. In 1984, he joined the club from the south of Italy, a team once overlooked and underappreciated. The people there saw in Diego not just a footballer, but a symbol of hope. The streets of Naples welcomed him with tears and music. They painted murals, lit candles, and chanted his name like a prayer. With Diego, Napoli rose like the morning sun. He led them to their first ever Serie A title in 1987, and again in 1990. He made Napoli believe. He danced in the rain, scored impossible goals, and played with a fire that lit up stadiums. For the people, he was not just a player, he was a saint, a rebel, a dreamer. Now, let your breath slow, and picture a moment that changed history. It was June 22, 1986. Mexico City. The World Cup quarterfinals. Argentina versus England. The match was intense. The air was electric. In the 51st minute, Diego jumped to meet the ball. He raised his hand, and the ball bounced off it into the net. The world gasped. He called it La Mano de Dios. The hand of God. It was cheeky, bold, and unforgettable. But then, just minutes later, he scored what would be known as the goal of the century. Diego received the ball in his own half. He turned, spun, and sprinted. 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders all left behind as if caught in a dream. The goalkeeper dove. Diego danced past him and slid the ball into the net. The stadium erupted. It was not just a goal, it was magic. And you, listening now, can feel the wonder of that run, as if watching a star streak across the night sky. That day, Diego didn't just win a match. He captured the soul of a nation. Argentina went on to win the World Cup. In Buenos Aires, millions filled the streets. People cried, laughed, and sang. They spoke of the boy from Villa Fiorito, who had given them joy beyond words. But like all heroes, Diego had shadows too. He struggled with fame. With addiction. With pain. His heart was too open, his soul too wild. He fought demons, fell, and rose again. Always, the world watched, sometimes judging, sometimes forgiving. But through it all, he remained Diego. Honest. Flawed. Brilliant. He would go on to coach, to speak out for the poor, to inspire. Children from Naples to Kolkata wore his jersey. Artists painted his face. Old men in cafes told stories of the time they saw him live, saw the moment when time froze for a flicker and a boy flew across the pitch. And then, in November 2020, the world grew still once more. Diego Armando Maradona passed away. Tears fell like rain. In Argentina, they declared 3 days of mourning. In Naples, church bells rang. All over the world, candles were lit, and memories played like lullabies. But perhaps in another world, in another field, Diego picked up a ball again and smiled. Because legends never truly die. They live in stories, in murals, in playgrounds. They live in that moment when a child kicks a ball and dreams big. In that spark of magic that football sometimes gives. And so, as you drift into sleep, think of Diego. Imagine him barefoot on the dusty streets of Villa Fiorito, chasing a ball under a setting sun. Picture the crowd's roar melting into the hush of night. Hear the whisper of a goal net rippling gently in the breeze. The story of Maradona is not just about football. It's about dreams, beauty, imperfection, and passion. A boy who dared to touch the stars with his feet. Good night, Diego. And good night, dreamer. Sleep well.